Alrighty, so, yeah, so, as I said, I was at Too Many Games yesterday. It's still going on now. Or it might be almost done. The final day of it's probably almost done by now. But yeah, it's not far from where I live. It was about 40 minutes. And it's the first con I ever went to. And it was actually really, I had a really good time there. I underestimated how much I would be able to do there, so I did end up missing a lot. But I did take enough pictures to at least talk about it for a little bit. So, yeah, here we go. And also, the main reason why I also wanted to go is that Red Vox, which, if you've talked about it, I am a fan of Vinesauce. It's his band. Well, his and Mike's, if you know Jabroni Mike as well. So, yeah, here we go. This is just a general look. Like, there were a lot of vendors like this there. I kind of like just, since I saw them all there, I just kind of like started looking around, see if I could find any, like, hidden gems or anything like that. Then I kind of got the idea of, hey, you know what? I've been kind of like looking for, the classic Doom games anyway. There were no classic PC games that I could look. The overwhelming majority of these vendors seem to be selling, they seem to be selling just primarily console games. Excuse me. So, I think the next one is probably... Yeah, this was... I was very tempted to buy this. Was the N64 version of Quake 2. I ended up not, just because I'm primarily focused on, like, Doom stuff, but, this would have still been very nice to have, like, just for my collection. But yeah, the price of, the price of console, older vintage video games has, like, really gone up over the years. Like, I used to be able to find hidden gems like this when, like, about 10, 15 years ago. I used to be able to find them for, like, ultra cheap at, like, garage sales or things like that. I haven't gone to, like, just random garage sales in a long time, but, I should probably, like, do, like, Goodwill or stuff like that. Just to see if maybe that's still the case. But yeah, this was not the only one either. Like, a lot of them, I think, probably check the prices on the market and probably adjust them accordingly. What I didn't picture is, like, the few places where I saw copies of Doom 64. There were a few copies that didn't have the box with it that were cheaper, but I really want one with the box if I were to ever buy one. The problem is that the cheapest ones that I could find, cheapest one that I found was, like, $110. And there was one in, like, I think it looked near mint condition, was, like, I think over 200, or maybe close to 200. And I just remembered, I should have got this, I should have taken a picture of this as well. I was kind of rushing myself at one point, because I was so behind. I forgot to take a picture of it, but someone had, like, a poster of, like, a classic Doom advertisement, like, up on their wall. I asked him how much. I'm, like, tempted to ask, how much, is that to buy, and he said, yeah, if I were to sell that, it'd be, like, I'd sell it for, like, over $1,000. I was like, yeah, it's a little above what I'm willing to spend. There's a really cool, like, big poster on the wall, though, at one of the vendors. And yeah, this was another one that I saw. I was tempted to get this. I was gonna come back for it if I didn't find what I did end up buying later, and I'll show you that in a little bit. But yeah, I was tempted to get this again, just for novelty's sake. I don't even have a 32X. I would have just got it as a collector's item. But that actually, I don't think is that bad of a price. Didn't seem so, for considering 32X is probably not easy to come by. But who knows? I mean, even though the port, I think the 32X port was like absolute shit, but it was still kind of cool that it was there. I think the Jaguar port was also bad. I think the 3DO port was the good one, unlike the lesser known consoles. But yeah. And then here's like a general like look at the convention and how like big it actually was. This is actually the back part. I just realized that this is where the food court was. And I actually didn't check out any of that area back there. Actually, it seems like most of that stuff was like anime and shit. But right next to it, oh, before we get to like another shot of this area. While I was there, there was a few cosplayers that I really wish I could have taken pictures of. Here, we'll get to it now. But there were a few like notable ones there. Like this one was, this girl walking around was like, this was a really cool cosplay. If you say like, it's harder to tell, but like the blaster actually lit up as well. It's hard to tell from the shot, but also like you see the legs there lit up. They actually like pulsate too, which is actually really cool. So I had to get a picture of her. She was actually shorter than I am, and I'm kind of and I'm short on top of it. But it was still really cool to see. And hey, you get a comparison in the left-hand corner right there. All right, so yeah, this was. So I didn't know that they had, or I may have like read it and I forgot. They had different voice actors there that you can get autographs for, get a picture, or whatever. It's a little hard to see. Like you could probably see it on the left right there. This was the line for Stephen Blum alone. And you know who Steve Blum is. Has done a monumental amount of voices over the years. One of the most notable is Spike from Cowboy Bebop. I think that's where he really gained prominence. And I've heard he's done so much stuff over the years. Like he was a minor like voice in like the first Hitman game. Yeah, Steve is like one of those voice actors that's just in everything. I heard he's a pretty good guy too. I didn't go into this line. I probably would have if it wasn't so long. But it's no surprise that he's no long. He's so well established in the industry. And I'm assuming that he's probably a good guy too if there were so many people that wanted to see him on top of it. So I would imagine David Hayter's would probably be this long, if not longer. But one thing that I noticed, are these the next pictures? Yeah. So here's the rare photo of me, but it's not me that's really the center for this. So the voice actors, 4 of the voice actors from the Resident Evil remakes were there. Maggie, Nicole Tompkins, Nick, who I really don't want to butcher his last name, and Stephanie, I also don't want to butcher her last name. Basically the voice of Lady Dimitrescu, Jill Valentine, Leon, and Claire were all there. I did really want to see Steph as well, because I like her. I've watched her stream for like a few minutes. She seems really nice, really adorable. I didn't have enough time to see them all. I really only had time to see one of them. So I picked who my favorite character was, Jill Valentine. So yeah, that's me and my dumb grin on the left. I got a picture with her. And I also got an autograph, and I'll show that in a little bit. Oh yes, it's like 3 shots of each. I don't know why I included all 3, but might as well. Yeah, she was also incredibly nice. We got there right when she was taking a break. Or I got there, not we. I'm talking in terms of my stream. I got there right when she was taking a break, so I had to wait for a little while, and then she had to use the bathroom. So around that time was when I was looking at like what to get her to sign and like decide what to sign. Yeah, no, I was maybe a tad nervous, but I at least had plenty of time to like think about what I was gonna say. I'm an introverted type, so I kind of wanted to keep it a little short as well. Like, out of all of the lines, I think Maggie's line was pretty long. Nick's was the longest, but it makes sense for him because he voiced Leon, and Resident Evil 4 Remake came out last year, so he's had more recent work, I think, than the others have. Apparently, Nicole was also in, here, we got a few more as well. Apparently, Nicole was also in American Horror Story. She said she was in the last season, because I asked her about it. And she's done quite a few other voices over the years. But again, she's most known for Jill. I think that's the main reason why she was there, because they were, since all the other major Resident Evil voice actors were there. But yeah, very nice, incredibly pleasant. I might have a bias now. I don't know, but I think she's probably my favorite voice actor. Probably. Oh yeah, and here is another cosplayer that I saw after I left there. Yeah, I just thought she looked really good, so I asked for a picture. Oh yeah, and then there's like a nice photo bomb of my thumb right there in both of these shots. And then this was just something interesting that I saw, just like glasses. Like there was, I probably should have picked up like maybe a memorabilia from Too Many Games, but I already spent a lot between like the 2 fines that I got from the vendors, and then the autograph set me back a little bit. So I didn't want to go too crazy. I wanted to maintain some form of self-control. I definitely could have bought a lot more there if I wanted to, though. But this was just kind of neat. Different themed glasses of all of the, of like different video games and stuff like that. And then, I did get a few shots of like the, indie games section. I only tried the one, and that's the one in the middle right there, Slime 64. I got the guys... There was one guy that I was talking to about this. It's like, it's a collectathon game, like, you know, Donkey Kong 64, Banjo-Kazooie. It's in those realms. But when I was playing it, like... See, they had like a classic TV setup. I asked about the cartridge too. That's not a working cartridge, it's just a display. But it was neat that they had that little setup where you could actually play it in like a classic gaming format in CRT. It had like a weird controller too. I don't know what company made it. But yeah, it is fun. There's a demo available on Steam right now that I may or may not stream. I don't know when I would get to it. I think they did say it was like a 2-hour demo. And it's not even really, it's a demo, it's kind of acts as like a demo, but it's actually the prologue to the game. The game's supposed to be releasing sometime this year. There were other ones there, but I really only had time to play this for like about 10 minutes, and I couldn't really check out anything else. Again, next year, I'm definitely gonna go next year, so... I'm going to definitely take try and take more pictures, more video, things like that. This is like a trial run, because this was like my first game convention. So yeah, it's just another shot of the indie game section. And nice cameo of the fire hose right there too. Okay, and like there's I have a few pictures here of the Red Vox stage. And I'll have video in a moment. But yeah, they killed it. That was I haven't been to a concert in a little while, so it was nice just going there, but like the energy could be felt everywhere. Like obviously not the energy of like a metal concert or like a large venue. I wonder if this was the first time Too Many Games did something like this, because I mean, it was set up proper. The stage was set up proper. But yeah, it was definitely really cool. And they're a really good live band. Like, really good. Like, considering they don't perform live very often. In fact, I think the last time, from what I've been told, was like 8 years ago. They really did a good job. I don't know how much prep that they did, how much practice that they did prior. I know there was a few times Vinny said that he was like doing practice and like training his voice and things like that. But they did a lot of new stuff as well. I would say at least half of the set list was new stuff, and then half was like, you know, the stuff that a lot of people enjoy. They did not do Vomit at the Ball Pit. They did do Atom Bomb though. They didn't do Eminence, which I can understand because Chuck Salamone did the he's not he's like an unofficial member of the band, but he'll like contribute to like some of their tracks on occasion, and I think that's probably why. Although he did do, I think he contributed to their new song Remember, and they played that there. So I don't know. Eminence is my favorite song, but you're never gonna get they're not gonna play every single song that's been on every single album. So you can't expect them to always play your favorites. And really, I don't know if how many other people where Eminence is their favorite song, but I don't know, there's just something about that song that I just really, it's like really groovy. It's like personally, it's my favorite track. I think it's also their best track, but that's just my opinion. And it's just, I think there's just one more shot after this one. I think the last picture, oh no, wait, no. Yeah, one more of the set again. Man, I really couldn't get, like... See this backdrop right here? I wonder if it's the same guy that does their music videos. The backdrop is actually really cool. I didn't do it justice with these photos. But it was... Like, it didn't go with the music. Like, it wasn't timed with the music, but the backdrop was, like, just a general... Like, screen... Just giving the general vibe of the band. So, and it worked out really well. I didn't watch any of the other bands that were performing, just because I wanted to go out and see the convention. They had bands, like, I think, the entire day playing. And I have no idea who the band was after them, so I didn't really, I didn't stick around for that. Plus, I wanted to, yeah, this was when I think... Wait, was this when they were... I can't remember when this was. I think this might have been like when they got done the set. Just when they got done the set. I don't even know why I took this picture. But anyway, yeah, before I get to the next one, I will say I did try to get an autograph, because I did bring my CD copy of Afterthoughts. So the unfortunate thing about that is, I think they didn't anticipate that there would be so many people there. I think Vinny even did say that they were going to try to get to everyone who showed up. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. They had to turn away a lot of people, myself included. I didn't know where the signing was. I didn't find out until there was already like a residual line of people waiting. And there were people that got turned away. That line was long, really long. And there were people that got turned away because they can't have people like blocking sections of the the staff was like saying they couldn't have people blocking like sections of the area, I guess for fire code reasons. And I felt bad for like the staff did a really good job of like calmly but firmly telling people that they can't like stand in a certain spot because it's, you know, it's unsafe and things like that. So I give it to them for not losing their shit in an otherwise what could have been a frustrating situation. And it also, I also think it's sad too. I saw the disappointment on some people's face when they were getting turned away. I was lucky enough to even get a chance. That's how long it was. I was lucky enough to even get a chance to possibly get in there. But again, unfortunately, I didn't because it was. I waited there for a while too. I had nothing planned after that, so it was easy for me to just wait and see. I was waiting there for like. The line started at like 8 a.m. I think I got there about 8 minutes after. Actually, I think the line probably started earlier than that. I don't know how some people found out sooner, but I only found out because I was looking at Vinny's Discord to see if anybody was saying anything, because I knew they were doing a signing. I just didn't know where it was. So, yeah, by the time I get there, I almost got turned away immediately because I was at the very end of the line. But I waited there for about 2 hours, and yeah, it was like almost 10 p.m. when they said they had to cut it off further. So, to anyone that did actually get to meet him, I am definitely very happy for you. I've seen these situations before. Like I've met Kiss before, but we had to pay for that. You have to pay a monumental amount of money to see some of these bigger bands, and it's not even to make money off of it. It's just because there would be so many people that they would have to do autographs and take pictures with and things like that. It would take the entire night if they would have to get to everybody. And even with Red Vox, like the amount of people that were there would have taken hours, and they were probably tired by the end of it. So, yeah, I completely understand. And the place I think was closing at 10 anyway, so yeah, they couldn't keep people there for longer. It just goes to show they are way more popular than they think they are. And because they're talented. They're talented, they're all genuinely good people. I mean, I haven't met them personally yet. Hopefully that changes one day. But even with Mike's actually grown on me. I've been watching him a little bit more lately, especially recently, because he was streaming when he was at Too Many Games on Friday. On a stream, I'd say that Mike is like kind of an acquired taste. He's kind of like the taste of alcohol. He's an acquired taste. You watch him at first, and he's like, yeah, he's alright. And then eventually, you just watch him more and more. You start to see the humor, you vibe with it, and things like that. I would say his humor's... This is not an insult, it sounds like it is. I just don't have a better way to describe it. His humor is similar to Vinny's, but more harsh. Again, that's not a knock at him. That's probably why it took me a little while to warm up to him. I kind of had to try and vibe with it. But I actually think he's very exceptional at doing, like, IRL streaming, because he was really good. He seems like a genuinely nice... A lot like Vinny, he seems like a genuinely nice person. Probably a little more outgoing than Vinny is as well. Because he was... when he was there and he was, like, walking around on Friday, he was... like, people were walking up to him, like, saying hi, having conversations, things like that. And it all just seemed to be, like, really pleasant, really nice, cracking jokes and shit. Another thing that I have to point out as well is that, there was really no incident when they were turning people away. like I said, you could see like the frustration or like some of the disappointment on people's faces, but nobody made a scene or anything like that. Nobody got really angry at the staff. At least as far as what I've witnessed. So it really goes to show that both Vinny and even Mike and Red Fox in general, and like Vinesauce, and it's probably an extension of the Vinesauce brand as a whole, and like all of his friends and things like that. Sorry, I'm talking so much. My mouth is like... Oh god. It's disgusting. I'm sorry. Probably should have had water for this. But yeah, the vibe that I get from, like... the community that they've built up, like, everybody was, like, so friendly and, like, understanding. I was, like... trying to give out similar vibes as well. Like, it's also insane the amount of people in his community that are like just genuinely talented in terms of like making art and shit. Because there was like a guy that was like, I don't think he was waiting in line, I think he was just resting, but he was like he was just he was like
testing cannot continue.
Random commentary from GLaDOS there. Thank you, GLaDOS. There was like one guy that was just, I think he was sitting resting. I think he was probably writing something. He wasn't working on art, but he had some of his art out. That he did of like, Vinny and like, and all of them. And it was like just drawn art. And it was like, it was really good too. I almost wish I would have asked for his like, Twitter handle, or maybe not Twitter handle, I don't have Twitter anymore. Like some sort of handle. Because I almost, I didn't think of it at the time. I could have commissioned him to, like, make more art for me or something like that. Or to make art for me and for my stream or something like that. But yeah, that was, like, that was really cool to see. Alright. I think, I've said what I did for the most part about the concert. I think I said that I enjoyed it. If it wasn't obvious already, yes, I enjoyed it immensely. I probably should have worn earplugs too, but my own issues with tinnitus are not that bad today, so. Actually, I only had like my tinnitus is, it's affected by something different. It's more so affected by earwax. I won't get into it because it's disgusting, but anyway. Yeah, this is the stuff that I bought. There's my Too Many Games badge there. And then yeah, that's the autograph that I got from Nicole. I asked for the little quote, and she actually put stars around. And then yeah, this is what I ended up buying, is what I ended up finding as well. I think the reason why this was only greatest hits is because I think they did have the big box PlayStation games there. I did see Twisted Metal 1 in the big box, which I was half tempted to get as well. Well, half tempted. I was very tempted. But decided against that. Again, I really needed to... I mean, I could afford it, but I really wanted to have some self-control because I spent so much this month, and I might be spending even more. But it was still, like, there was no way that I couldn't get these. These were one of the things that I really wanted to have in my collection were PlayStation Doom and Final Doom. Because, again, I really liked the more horror format. If Doom 64 wasn't so expensive... Again, the cheapest one I found there was being sold for 110 bucks in box. I gotta have the box. I can't not have the box. But yeah, maybe next year, I don't know. Maybe next year I'll be a little more... I won't have to worry so much. Oh my god, I hope you didn't hear that. Because that was disgusting too. I don't know why I'm like so disgusting all of a sudden. But yeah, alright, so that's it for like all of the pictures that I took. Alright, so I'll actually cut the music here. because the rest of it's gonna be, the rest of it's actually gonna be video. I hope it starts correctly. I made sure that it's gonna start on the first one. Now, these clips, these are not the full songs except for one of them, because I wanted to enjoy the music for the most part. So, it's about 5 of them. And it's just, to give you, like, a bit of a first-hand look at, how they sounded that night. I think my phone quality is actually pretty good, too. They didn't sound too bad, coming in through my phone. I hope that's not too loud. Alright, why can't I pause this? Oh, there we go. I just want to see... God damn it. Hold on. I want to see something. Alright, it seems like that's loud enough, right? Or is it too soft? I'll try not to talk too much either. It is coming in double. Hold on, I muted desktop audio. So that was the first clip. Yeah, see, this gives you a better idea of how, like, the backdrop was. And I got a little bit of a better... The only problem is when I was recording this, it did cut out one of the band members over on the left side. On my left. Oh yeah, I'll point out real quick too, yeah. I like this one a lot because it's, it was like a pixel background of like a realistic beating heart. Oh yeah, so this was the, I think it's alright since it's a live performance, not by REM, but they did a cover of Stand by REM. I don't think I'm gonna play this whole thing. What I can do is I think I'll play like a minute of it, and I'll upload this one in particular to my Discord. Maybe I'll post it to Reddit too. Oh yeah, you spotted that? There were apparently 2 people there that, were recording on a 3DS. Someone pointed that out on the Reddit, too. And this was the last one I recorded. Yeah, I just wanted to, I wanted to get at least the first verse. But yeah, the energy in there, definitely could be felt. Hopefully, because I think Vinny was on the floor. Here, we'll go to this, but I won't put thanks for coming up just yet. Hopefully, people didn't bother Vinny too much on the floor today, because I think he was... Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I should have had the music up. I forgot I muted desktop audio. But, yeah, what I was saying, I hope people didn't bother Vinny too much, like hassling for an autograph or something like that, today. Since, people got turned away yesterday for, the signing. Or at the very least, if they stopped and they did it just to, like, say hi and didn't bother him too much. I know he's got a good enough personality where I don't think, he would let that get to him too much, but... You know, hopefully it wasn't, like, overwhelming, and, he had, fun today. If he was on the floor. But, yeah, amazing time at, Too Many Games. Amazing time at the concert. Makes me curious. I probably won't see them again anytime soon, because... Unless they go to, like, an actual venue or something like that that's not, like, a convention floor. Like, there's a few, like, what places do we have here? Like, there's a few small venues that are available in Philly that they could probably fill up. If they were to ever go that route. I don't think they would ever do, like, a full-on tour, though. It doesn't seem like that's something that they'd be interested in. They would probably just stick to, like, conventions and stuff. That's at least the vibe that I think I got from, Vinny whenever he's talked about it. But again, like, they did amazing live. They are really not a bad... I don't even think the live stream definitely didn't do it justice, because there was some weird problem with, you heard Vinny's voice come in perfectly, but the instruments sounded muted, and, the bass was not existent. I don't know what happened with the mix, on the live stream, but you even saw, like, even on my phone, like, it didn't come in too bad, and they sounded really good. Even the sound on my phone, but even the sound on my phone didn't, do it justice. Like, it was just really well done. So, kudos to them. I would love to see them, perform again if they were to ever actually do a venue, rather than just a convention. I would pay money for it. Again, that was... Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that was free. That was the price of the convention. You still had to pay for the convention to get in there to see them, but, it wasn't any extra cost. But yeah, that was awesome. If they ever do it again, I would try and see them again. I really wanted to see them this time because, again, I don't know how often they would actually perform live. And just from some of the other artists and bands that I listen to, playing live and going on tour it takes a shit ton out of you. Doing it once, I think, takes a lot of energy. Doing it as a tour, I can't imagine how hard that is for bands. Especially traveling, bringing all that equipment. It's probably a little bit easier if you can afford a plane ride, but if you have to do it, if you have to do it like via like a big van or something like that, that would be brutal. But anyway, I guess that's it. That's it for the that segment.